well, it's okay. We're all getting to know one another. Now we're all friends.
So was it scary to watch the movie with us?
Well, yeah, it was not scary. Was it scary?
I didn't know you were there.
I was right behind you.
You were?
Yeah.
It was scary, period, just to see it.
Yeah, it's
you
always
know?
a little nerve-wracking when you haven't seen something and then you're...
Yeah, 8 months of
seeing it for the first time.
8 months of our life was really involved in this, and then you just see it in 90 minutes. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's scary.
So what scared you and make you laugh?
What scared me in the movie?
No.
Or what just
in
scares
real
me?
life. Yeah.
Scary movies scare me. Yeah.
And what makes you laugh?
Funny, scary movie, spoof movies. I was kidding.
There you go.
I mean, I love to laugh, so, I mean, I don't know. I watch tons of comedies, so I don't know which one makes me laugh the hardest, though.
I don't know either.
Oh, probably Bridesmaids. That makes me laugh really, really hard.
Very good movie.
Yeah.
I guess for me, what scares me is like people, like real people in the world are scary.
I scare you.
Well, I know people I don't know. I think, but I know you guys now, so you won't murder me. But I'm scared of humans, and what makes me laugh is I don't just. I really, I don't know, I find the less movies and film, I'm like YouTube or something, YouTube videos where it's real, like America's Funniest Home Videos. Like David Zucker, the producer of this movie, always says that the best show on TV for laughs is America's Funniest Home Videos, because you will laugh out loud every 30 seconds. And you can't get that on most shows, because it's real moments, you know? So I tend to laugh at those moments of like where it's a girl coming home with her teeth removed and she's delirious in the back seat, or someone falling in the, you know, real moments, as opposed to acting sometimes, unless it's really good. Generally, I don't find it to be as funny. It's kind of like watching First 48 instead of CSI Miami. I like real. You know what I mean?
So Ashley, from the outtakes, we saw that there were lots of laughs and outtakes and repetitive trying to get through jokes. Was there one scene that was like the hardest to get through and that just cracked up over and over again? Yeah,
probably the Molly Shannon bathroom scene. The only time I didn't laugh was probably the one that's in the movie, because I honestly laughed like every single shot. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I love Molly Shannon and I don't like to break character, and it's just like I'm trying to do really good, but I could see her in the corner of my eye, and then she's making all these weird noises, like in the stall, and I was just like, I was losing it. And then I'd look at, you know, kind of near the camera, and the camera guy's shaking. He's laughing. So I'm like, we were all laughing. And so I think the only thing what happened was David Zucker came up to me, and he's like, listen, I want your look to be like Robert Stack. And I was like, who's Robert Stack? And then everybody was laughing at him, because they're like, well, you can't tell that to a 27-year-old. She doesn't know who Robert Stack is. And so I went and I did the shot, and I got through it, and he goes, great, what did you think of it? I said, I was thinking, who the fuck is Robert Stack? And he was like, that's exactly what it is. Like, because it's just like the thinking, like a back and forth kind of puzzled look. So yeah, I nailed it. Thanks to David.
What do you think about Lindsay Lohan laughing about his own problems? Or in real life, do you guys have to think twice before doing something because you think that might come out on the news?
I don't live life thinking, you know, oh, I wonder what this is, if this is going to hit the news. I just kind of live life. But I think it was really awesome that they got to make fun of themselves. That's awesome.
It's brave of them.
Yeah.
You know, Charlie's done it. I was proud of Lindsay for doing it, because we've actually known her for a long time. We've both known her for a while. We knew her before this movie, and that's pretty, you know, and in her defense, there's only a couple things she had taken out, you know, that she's like, I'm not comfortable saying this, but for the most part, she trooped it and really laughed at and made jokes of herself, you know, which I think makes you human.
When people don't take themselves too seriously. You know?
How long have you guys known each other?
Just for this movie now, 9 months.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We just met during this project.
Yeah.
I met
so
her.
you've known her separately?
Yeah, we both knew her separately.
Yeah.
Ashley, you were pretty brave as well, I thought, in this, just in the sort of pseudo-sexual scenes. Was that, how much fun was that? What was that like?
It was definitely fun. It was nerve-wracking. I remember the lesbian scene, which, you know, a lot of stuff got cut in that because of the ratings, and, you know, because we're PG-13. So, so there was definitely a lot more to it, and I was like, you know, the day, me and Eric were like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy, and Malcolm, you know, he was really cool. He had just like only the amount of people that had to be there, you know, everybody else was in another room watching, so it made it more comfortable. And then I had to, there was one time with the potted plant, I had to, kind of do that. I remember going back to the hotel room that night and seeing a potted plant, and I was just like, I can't look at plants the same way anymore.
For the rest of your life?
Yeah, I mean, just in that moment.
Oh,
I was just like,
that'd be a horrible way to live.
Yeah,
You can't
so
go
like, but then on the reshoots, then we added the whole chair scene where the chair is hitting me from behind, and so at that point I was just like, oh, everybody could be on set. I'm like, I'm so used to this now. So, but actually, I hurt my butt actually on that. It was a hardwood chair, so it was definitely fun and kind of nerve wracking at the same time.
So the lesbian scene, was it hard or was it funny to do that kiss? Was it hard not to laugh when you were doing it?
Oh yeah, there was definitely times where we'd be like laughing and stuff, but then we were just like, we were like, okay, we gotta do this where we like come bursting through the doors and stuff, and so at that point we were okay, but I think we were laughing more when we were in the club, like about to is when we would start to laugh, or when she's like sticking her finger in my mouth. I was like, this is just so odd. There was a scene where Heather Locklear also stuck her finger in my mouth, and so I've had a lot of weird things happen.
Awesome.
Do you have them disinfect before those things?
What?
Do you have them disinfect?
Yes. Yeah. Erica was really brave because I had just gotten over a sinus infection, so I was like, oh, good luck.
Because there was so much physical comedy in there, how many injuries did y'all suffer?
You had more physical
A couple
comedy.
blow bruises, nothing too bad. You gotta take them for the team.
You almost got really badly
There was
hurt.
one really almost bad one where they pulled me. You don't see it in the movie because it's edited around it, but there's a scene where they were pulling me out of the ambulance, and the ambulance thing collapsed, and my head like grazed at a very high speed from really high up. Like it almost was really bad.
Yeah.
It was like one of those moments like
We all just were like, whoa.
Yeah, it was close call, but that was it. It's fine.
There's so many great cameos, Snoop Dogg and everyone in the film. Who are your favorite to work with?
I mean, there's so many people. I mean,
Molly Shannon.
Molly
we really
Shannon's
extended.
so funny.
A couple of people that got edited out. I was really.
Yeah.
Chris Elliott, unfortunately, didn't make the final cut, which blows my mind because he's genius.
Ted was awesome. He didn't make the cut either.
The Ted, yeah, he's on the poster.
He's on the
Ted's
poster, though.
not in the movie. They had to
Yeah.
cut for PG-13. There was a moment with her and Ted.
Yeah, there was a
What was
moment.
that?
It was in the lesbian scene.
Yeah, there was
a long
a
story.
Tiger Woods look-alike cameo. It was basically her dream sequence, and there's all these weird things happening. And
popping
Ted
up between
pops
my
up.
legs.
And then you pop up between your own
Yeah,
legs. That stuff was
it's pretty
funny.
That's what the unrated Blu-ray's for. So.
Right,
Yes,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll
Is
see
that how it works?
eventually.
They'll have those ones on extras, right? That's
Yeah.
cool. Then
That's
people
so
get to
funny.
see it.
Now,
You got to
David-
see this stuff.
Yeah.
David said you had to go shoot Mama later after you finished production. When you got
Yeah.
the news, were you excited or like, oh no?
It's funny, I had actually seen Mama the weekend it came out, and the first thing I thought of was like, oh my gosh, we should be spoofing this. Like, this fits in so perfectly with the kids in the movie. And so when they told us, like, we're going to be reshooting and doing Mama, I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, how is that going to make sense? Because we've already shot that, we shot it as if they were our kids. One of them was our kids. So it was amazing how they went back in and, kind of unraveled the stuff that we already did to shoot that's really Charlie Sheen's kids that we take out. It was amazing how they did that in editing.
Yeah.
And props to them. But we had so much fun. I was so excited about wearing like the wig and being all like tatted up and stuff. It was really cool.
What did you think about spoofing movies that are kind of like so new? Like Evil Dead comes out tomorrow. and
It was
Mama just
fun.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had basically spoofed the trailer, which is all you know of the movie. Which is what we made a 10-minute version of that. So I wasn't in it, but watching. Because I saw it for the first time with you guys last night, so it was cool to see what they had done, and I think that was a good last-minute decision to put some current horror movies in. Because really, we just shot Black Swan, Paranormal Activity, and Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It was really what we were shooting with, maybe the stuff with the 50 Shades of Grey. So we came back and shot the Mama stuff, which was, I think, great. Evil Dead. What else did we add? There was just kind of made it more current.
Changing.
Oh, the
every
script has
day.
changed like on a daily basis.
While we're shooting, rewriting it.
Yeah, the day Cat Williams came in, that scene hadn't even been done yet, and we got it that morning, and it was the longest. Had all the
He was
the
stressed.
longest scene.
He had a
and
10-page.
He had 10 pages, and we were like, "What?" So it was definitely, that's kind of how you had to roll with the movie.
Was it during his jail time? Because he was in and out of jail.
It was right after he got out.
It was right after.
Oh, it was, yes. We were like, I remember I always would check online to see if we were going to have whoever kept our son.
Yeah, with
like,
this cast, you don't know
locked up.
Well, and how did he react when he found out that he had to memorize 10 pages that day?
He was a little stressed at first, but he was cool.
Yeah, he was super nice. Like, he brought a really great energy to the scene, and just kind of, after being there, we were there for like 3 months, and there's cameos that come in and out, but we're there like shooting like really long days and almost every single scene. So he just brought this like kind of fun energy, and he just kind of like woke us back up, and he's just hilarious. He would improvise some stuff, like on the gag reel, you see that he started improvising when I said, like, how do you know who's a witch? And he was like, does she have a broom? I was like, I lost it on that one. I was like, that is the funniest thing ever.
So going back to your guest stars and the ability to make fun of themselves, do you think that the media is too hard on Lindsay in particular?
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question.
I mean, I think she kind of, it's a fact, she puts herself in those situations, and she knows what she's doing. It's kind of her whole MO.
Yeah.
So I think, but it's cool that she can make fun of herself, and Charlie,
And then I feel like, I don't really know what's true and what's not true. Like, I mean, unless it's like hard fact that it's true, then it's true. But I mean, media kind of blows a lot of stuff out of proportion sometimes.
That's
true.
So when you say in the movie, I don't need drugs to have fun, is that a joke but serious at the same time?
Wait, where they said that in the beginning?
Yeah,
in the club scene.
Yeah,
right.
Do I feel that way personally? Yeah. I mean, I've never done any drugs.
Well, you're high right now on meth.
No, but what I mean is like saying a joke, but at the same time it's something serious that you say. That's what I mean.
Oh, I mean,
I actually thought that was, when you said that too, I thought that was kind of like a good moral thing to put into the movie to make it. I thought that was.
Really, I think that's really serious about it.
No, I thought it was just kind of cool to. I don't know. I remember seeing that, and
the joke
I hadn't
that
seen
that I'm on drugs.
Well, because in the movie that you spoofed, it was ecstasy, and it was. I don't know. I just thought I thought the same thing you did.
Did you guys watch the first Anna Faris movies for inspiration, and did you reach out to her at all for advice on how to film these?
I'm friends with her. She's my neighbor in real life, so it's an interesting situation because she felt attached to these movies as she had done so many before. But it's that they're starting all over with I'm probably not even supposed to be here right now. Like, they really didn't even want. They just wanted to start all over, and we just had a good read together. So they went to bring me back, but it was kind of a tough decision for them because they didn't want to use the same old people. They want to start with a whole new look. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've actually met Anna Faris before, but I think that I've seen all the other movies, and I've always been a big fan of them. But coming into it, I'm not trying to replace her or do something exactly like her. I'm trying to have my own take on it and do what I'm going to do with it. So, and hopefully people will like it. I don't know.
They will.
David said that his daughter actually recommended you for the role.
Oh, really?
She's a High School Musical fan.
Go Sarah.
Gotta take it
I knew I liked her.
The comedic relief part that you had would actually translate to the character.
That's awesome.
So you didn't know that?
I booked the job because of Sarah. That's awesome.
Do you still stay in touch with the cast from High School Musical?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When was the last time you guys got together?
All of us together?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really all of us get together because we're all different.
You and Vanessa.
Yes, yeah. I'm like, that would be kind of awkward to have Zach and Vanessa the same. But I was with Vanessa like 2 days ago. Okay. We live like right down the street from each other. So, and she's my best friend, so I see her all the time. And then when she's working, we're talking on the phone. And Zach
is my neighbor.
Is your neighbor.
And I hang out with him now.
It is true. It is true. And so it's
nice
funny,
guy.
yeah. He's always in and out though. He's been shooting nonstop. So we'll just like be texting and then sometimes we'll like remember something and there'll be like just like one of those chain of like texts of all of us and we're all talking to each other. So, we're always like
you were saying something about Zach. That like Zach that you were going to say something about Zach Efron? And you just stopped. Like you were saying that when was the last time you met?
Oh,
Zach?
that I've seen Zach.
Yeah.
Well, in a long time because he's been out of the state probably since the summer. He's been shooting just back-to-back movies. But like whenever we're all shooting like something, we'll still text each other and
So do you think in the future there might be a spoof movie about High School Musical? altogether?
Oh,
Did you
I
do
mean,
that?
they've spoofed it on SNL before. I know that. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's been spoofed a lot, so I don't know if there'll be another one.
So the High School Musical crew has been able to maintain a nice positive, reputation. So what's your advice for young stars now?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't try to live by, like, what's the, like, trying to be a role model. I don't really think of myself as a role model. I'm not perfect. And I think that for me, I just, if being in this business is exactly, what you want to do and you love to work, then, always kind of focus on that and don't get wrapped up in all the other things that could kind of, tear you away from it, I think.
What was it like going from Sons of Anarchy to this?
Oh, very different. Yeah, Sons of Anarchy is really fun. I had such a great time on that show. It's one of my favorite TV shows. And Charlie Hunnam is so cute, so I was like so excited to do that. But it was funny because it actually was on when we were filming. And yeah, he watched it and he was like, "Oh my God, you're a whore!"
How tough is it to all your Disney alumni are trying to get to those edgy roles? How hard is it to find and to kind of break the stereotype of how Hollywood tends to pigeonhole people?
Yeah, I think it's it's definitely a struggle. It's not like it's easy. People have always been like, "Oh, she's like Sharpay," that type of thing, and I'm like, I've done stuff before Sharpay, and I'll continue to do things after Sharpay. So, I think one thing I'm really proud of this movie is that I play something very opposite of the characters that people have seen me do, and Sons of Anarchy was just a really great opportunity that Kurt was he knew I was a fan, and my dad actually built his house, and so he was like, we want to use Ashley on an episode, and I was like, I'm so down. So, I feel like my audience has grown with me too, and they're probably in college now, so I feel I haven't run away from my fans, like I've always wanted to grow with them.
Does it affect how you choose your roles now? No.
It doesn't really I think maybe when I was younger it affected. I really would overthink about stuff, but now over last year,
to get out of the High School Musical image.
Yeah, like I would think and be like, oh, is this too much? Like, is this, I have all these young fans, but now over the last year I've just been wanting to kind of push myself out of my comfort zone, and I feel like that started with Sons of Anarchy, and it'll continue. So, I'm really lucky. I have a production company as well, so I'm always creating. We have scripted shows, unscripted shows. Now we're doing features, so I can also think about characters that I really want to do and put myself in them.
Would you guys do Scary Movie 6?
Yeah.
If Simon's on the poster.
They won't.